But it was, in my sense, it was something that President Obama wanted to do, to be able to talk and to hear our views, the views of some of the human rights organizations like CCR, and to really embrace his critics, which I think is a wonderful hallmark of this administration. The problem is that he goes out the next day and he has a speech in which he not only embraces the opposition, meaning George Bush's policies, but then he comes out with things that even George Bush didn't come out with, like preventive detention.
And Vince, while you're saying you can't talk about the substance of the meeting, were you surprised at all after the meeting you had about the positions that he took, or did you have at least some indication that this was going to happen beforehand?
Well, with respect to how I felt about it, the military commissions piece was something that he had come out with earlier than the meeting, and so the senator had opposed that very vigorously. You know, putting a few due process protections on an old George Bush policy is like rehabbing a house on a toxic waste site. You know, it really didn't make a whole lot of difference, and you can't make the military commissions better. What was very surprising was to hear President Obama talk about what he called prolonged detention, but what I think we can all safely say is preventive detention moving forward. The idea of detaining people not because they've committed a crime, but because of their general dangerousness or that they may commit a crime in the future. That's something that the documents that President Obama was standing in front of, particularly the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, simply doesn't permit. When I heard that in his speech, I was deeply, deeply shocked that he would go in that direction.
Had he told you that the day before?